like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the We Got Balls podcast. I'm your host, Steve Trudeau. My two co-hosts here with me, as always, Emmanuel Pacheco, Michael Almeida. Guys, how are you today?
Awesome.
Terrible. Luca was late.
Yeah.
Still
so
mad
we have
at
a
Luca.
bone to pick with our guest today, Luca Wolf. Luca was only an hour late, but we love him anyways. Thank you for finally joining us. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I appreciate the wait as I was putting on the Mission Impossible 2 theme song as I was ushering people out of my house to make it here as quickly as I could. So I appreciate the wait and the hospitality.
Hey man, we're just messing with you. You had Easter today, which we have to get into that. I have no idea what Orthodox Easter is. I didn't even know Easter was happening today for the Orthodox people. So I have so many questions, but also a second guest with us today, our good friend, first time, long time on the podcast, Ton Wen. What's up, buddy?
Doing good. How are you guys?
Ton, bring the energy. How are you, buddy?
Wonderful, man. Back from the beach. It's nice and hot. Now I've been waiting for an hour for.
Todd met you literally 5 seconds ago and is giving you shit right now. Go ahead, Todd.
That's
Let it out,
what's up.
Todd.
Well, Luca. So how do you guys all know Luca? Where are you from, man?
Usually we put out a charity thing and we take one person in. So that's how we got Luca.
He's actually the Make-A-Wish winner, and he's on our podcast now. It's a real sad story.
Wonderful.
It doesn't
I'm
get
just
any
kidding.
better too. This is not actually the best part of the whole story. No.
So, go ahead, Luca. Tell him how we know you.
Well, Emmanuel, you know Emmanuel. Well, there's Trudeau and Mikey, and then there's Emmanuel, and then it just swerves to the right, and then there's me. So Emmanuel's daughter, Jenilyn, is my dance partner and my girlfriend. We know each other for like almost a decade now. And I love talking sports. So Emmanuel was like, hey, there's this great podcast that's happening. Do you want to jump on? And I said, heck yeah. Can I just be an hour late after I have a dinner? And he said no, but it ended up happening anyway. So then that's been the situation.
So, Ton, this is a lesson, and if you're talented, you can just show up on the set whenever you want.
Yeah.
That's what Luca did to us. He big timed us, really.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you did
And
like
Luca's a little understated because he's actually a pretty recognized celebrity in the dance world. He's a sports celebrity of some sort, and he's also graduating sports broadcasting this year.
No.
It's true.
Congratulations, buddy.
That is an occurrence. Yes, thank you. You know what's weird is because it's online now, so you just kind of finish an exam, you hand it in, and you're like, all right, so sweet. All right, cool. I
That was
graduated. Great.
So, are you
That's
officially
it.
done for the semester? Are you done for the year?
No, so Emmanuel was 100% right, but if you're talking in calendar year, so not this semester, but by the end of 2021, I will be done. While we were doing the TV shows and everything, I couldn't take a full 5-course load, so I had to take the really important ones, and I just dropped like Viva Las Vegas and stuff that aren't really that important, and then I'm going to take those electives now this next coming term, and
So,
then
Ton,
that's it.
We went over this on a previous show, but actually, Luca was on. Do you know the show? Oh God, I want to say Dancing with the Stars. You're not a star. You're not Dancing with the Star. What show were you on?
World of Dance.
Yeah,
right?
Trudeau, you're a good friend. You
he
remember
was a
that thing.
finalist.
I think I
Luca
remember,
was a finalist on a TV show.
yeah, I was watching the pod.
Wait.
Or I think I remember hearing like you want to get some Jabberwockies and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yes, that's
Yeah.
him.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So it the Sweet 16 in March Madness, and like the Final Four, like the rounds, like in the
Just say
bracket.
yes.
So you don't necessarily have to be the one who knocks out the Jabberwockies, but if you just make it in the tournament longer than they did, just by pure definition, you can go on a podcast like this and say, hey, I made it.
Wait a minute. You're very understated again because didn't you also do World of Dance Philippines?
Yeah, we did do World Dance
And
Philippines.
you won the division, right? You won your division. You made it to the grand finals. What was the first prize, Luca?
The first prize was $2 million.
Wait. Pause.
A few moments later.
Philippine pesos.
Which is what, like $10 US?
It's not 10.
Wow.
It's more. It's no. it's a decent chunk of change, and we did really, really well. We got second place.
So
Which-
$13? I don't get it.
I didn't think we would start here, Luca, but I actually have a question for you. And this is, I was thinking about this after our last podcast about you dancing. So when you go to a wedding, right, are you like, I'm not going to dance on the dance floor because I know I'm a professional dancer? Or were you like, oh, I'm about to show these people what the deal is, and you dance
So
and like tear
great
it up?
question. Great question. So I've only been to one wedding, and the wedding I was at was a Serbian wedding, a Serbian old school Orthodox wedding, and there basically the dance is called the kolo, and everybody from grandma to infant gets up there and just rips this like folk dance. And it didn't matter how much skill, like, dude, it was dancing from like 10 to like 4 a.m. So like I brought 4 shirts because I sweat through all of them. So yeah, it was wild. It was a good time though. It was a good time. So to answer your question directly, yes and no.
Luca, you better keep that memory treasured in that treasure box, because after what you did to your family today, you're not getting invited to any more weddings, buddy.
Well said.
I enjoyed the way that we kicked off this podcast. We got to learn a little bit more about Luca, and we got to have a good time. So today's podcast is really going to be about the NFL draft and drafting in general. We're going to go over the NFL draft and talk a little draft talk. We're going to review the first round and kind of give our high-level thoughts of some of these moves during the NFL draft. But first, we wanted to start with the draft of our own. We wanted to make the draft ours as a podcast. So we decided to have a serial draft. That's right, a serial draft. So there are 5 people with us today in this podcast chat room. Each of us will have our own team, and we will have 5 rounds of drafting cereal brands. Not just cereal brands, but cereal types themselves. We're going to put it up to the listener, the listener, to vote for the winner who has the best 5-team cereal team. We're going to put that on the Instagram. Mikey, what's the Instagram handle?
We got balls net.
So after the podcast, we'll put our 5 teams out on the Instagram. You can vote who has the best 5-team lineup. So that makes sense, right? We actually did a little randomized draft order before we started the podcast. So lucky Mr. Emmanuel Pacheco is drafting first in the serial draft. Congratulations, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome, one and all. I'm so proud of myself.
I am glad our guest, Ton Wen, gets to draft second because he's being such a good sport. We're happy to have him. I will be drafting third. Michael Almeida drafting fourth. And as it happens, the Mr. Man late is drafting the last in order. So that makes sense. So without further ado, it's time for our first annual We Got Balls serial draft. So, Emmanuel, you are on the clock.
Okay, so
Is your pick in?
I'm on the clock. So I will. So I pick. Wait. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Fuck you!
Pick.
Fuck you!
First pick.
Fuck you!
First pick.
My draft board just went to shit.
Yeah, and the only reason why was because Trudeau was telling me that that was the best one that he wanted, and I absolutely have to take it away from him.
No, there's so much better, but I'll let you take that one. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, Todd.
You are the worst.
Mine. I'm actually going to have some Cinnamon Toast Crunch right after this. I might even do it during the episode.
The thing that really upsets me is you don't even know why it's good.
Oh,
You
no, I
can't-
know. I do
Why
know.
is it good? Just because I
It's
wanted it?
sweet, it's crunchy. It's tastes like
cinnamony. I knew it.
Cinnamony.
I knew it.
Let me
Ton,
get it.
Ton, go ahead. What do you have for us?
When you're done eating it, when you drink the milk, has all the flavor in the milk.
Oh,
See, Ton gets it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Emmanuel,
Okay.
You're a phony. You didn't even know why you took it. You just took it to make me
Yeah.
mad.
Well,
Todd
absolutely.
started eating cereal last night. What are we talking about here? I've been
So-
texting Todd all week.
I mean, Mikey, don't disparage Ton because Ton knows cereal, and Ton is actually next on the clock. So Ton,
I thought
you are
I know
on the
cereal.
clock, sir.
I do know a lot about cereal.
Trudeau, can I see your best friend's bracelet that you have with Todd? I can't see it when you put your hand up. Can you show me again or no?
So Ton, let Emmanuel know when the pick is in, when you know who you want.
My first round pick is Lucky
Wait.
Charms.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh,
I
You
knew it
gotta
was gonna happen.
let us know.
Ton said the
The
pick is in.
suspense.
Why? Because
No,
of the
Ton,
market.
Ton,
Wait.
Tom,
Stop.
Tom.
Start again.
Ton, just say the pick is in. Just say that.
The pick is in.
so extra.
Can you guess what I'm picking?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
That's a great pick, man. That was third on my draft board. That's a great pick, sir. Good cereal.
Cha-cha.
All right, that moves the pick to myself. The pick is in. This is a no-brainer at number 3. Give me the pick, sir. I will say that Cinnamon Toast Crunch was number 1 on my draft board, but number 2 is still intact. This might not be a popular pick with all the people in this podcast, but this is one of my favorite cereals in the cereal land. Reese's Puffs cereal.
Oh, come on!
Damn it!
That was mine.
That's a great pick. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, we've decided through the March Snackers Tournament, the best snack in the land. Its cereal version is amazing. You take a bite, you get peanut butter, chocolate, delicious. The only knock about Reese's Puffs is it can be a little over crunchy, so it's a little tough to eat at times, but it's a delicious cereal nonetheless.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. My wife. Okay, so and I think let's see. Oh, wait, where is she? Oh yeah, look what she said.
Yeah, Reese's Puffs is a delicious cereal. It was my number 2 for a reason. So that puts Mikey Almeida on the clock. Michael, do you have your pick, or do you need a second to figure out what's going on?
Well, you guys took my 1 and 2. So Manuel took my
Same.
1 and Ton took my 2. I would like to give my team name first, which is Mikey Likes It.
I love it.
And I have
Is the pick in?
I
Right?
have my
Ready?
pick. I have my pick. With the 4th overall pick, Mikey Likes It. Select Cookie Crisp, baby.
Good
Cookie
cereal.
Crisp.
Good cereal. Good
Solid 4 pick. We didn't have much to work with there. That we weren't going to pick any cereals that burn your mouth on the top or scrape it up. So we went with Cookie Crisp, baby.
I would like to say that I feel like of the cereal draft, the top 3 were super heavy. So you won one of those top 3 picks. I feel like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Reese's Puffs, and Lucky Charms is like in a class of its own at the top tier of cereals.
Wow.
But Luca has something at number 5 for us.
Yeah, Trudeau,
Well,
stop shitting on my pick nicely.
exactly. I got a couple options here that I have in my draft. You guys took
All
my
right.
first, second, and third. So
All right.
I'm gonna be
So you're
honest
back
with you.
on the
but
clock then, sir.
I'm on the clock. I'm fighting between 3. I got 3 that are all solid, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the pick is in. The pick is in.
The pick is in.
Just in terms of legacy, in terms of just impact, not only in taste and in your mouth, but also culturally, the commercials, everything, I have to put Frosted Flakes on the board.
Oh man, wow.
That was a
You guys-
reach.
That is the terrible pick.
That's a reach.
Are you kidding?
Oh man, go back to eating your. There's no wonder you have bacon, eggs, and whatever in the morning.
Let me just go to my draft board and cross out number 14 on my list.
Okay.
Right next
Wait,
to
I'm
dog
just
shit.
hold on. Wait. I'm just trying to make sure I understand the rules here. Who's judging the leaderboard? Is it
fans,
you
the
guys?
fans-
Oh,
the fans
okay,
will
cool.
judge.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Just wanna
Oh
make
yeah.
sure.
So Luca wins because he's got a million fans.
I was gonna
alone.
say, I just want to make sure that I understood the terms and the conditions here before
So
we start.
basically, this is what Luca just said
Hold
in
on,
the
so I
Canadian
get-
polite way. Hey, nobody knows any of you besides me. I'm the show. Guys,
Okay.
Everybody likes Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, hold on. Is this a snake draft? Do I get the next pick now because I
it
go
goes back.
last?
No, it goes back to the top. It's
What does that
NFL
even
stuff.
mean?
Thank you, Luca. I'm with you on that one.
How do you get the first and the sixth? If we gotta pick 5th and 4th, do
Hey.
we not?
No,
Maybe next time you don't show up an hour and a half late, you don't get the last pick.
I
You
agree
do
with
a
that. Snake
This-
draft.
You do a randomizer.
Snake draft.
This is snake draft makes the most amount of sense. I'm just saying.
Snake draft. Snake
You know what?
draft.
That's not a bad idea. Snake draft.
Snake draft.
All right,
snake
fine,
draft.
fine, Luca, go ahead. You win. No, you win.
Is your second?
We win.
We win.
We win.
My
Tom,
pick's
you
in.
actually don't win, Tom, because now you have a worse pick in the second round. Way to lobby
Oh,
against
man,
yourself.
I got
Who's
two.
in charge,
I
man? I got the marshmallow. I don't care. That's all I need.
All right, Luca, you're on the clock, buddy.
Oh, I got two really good ones here. I don't know which way to go.
Can I just say, last time you said you had 3 good ones and you picked Frosted Flakes, so I don't know about those 2 good ones. But
I don't understand how Frosted Flakes is not getting an overwhelming reaction, but that's a different conversation.
because
for a different day.
it's a cereal that's decent, but it has an amazing marketing campaign. It's not actually a great cereal.
With the next pick in the draft, he's gonna pick like Crackle Spots. What was that really bad one?
You want Life cereal with the next pick?
all right, I got it. It's
All
in,
right.
it's in. The pick is in. With the
pick is
sixth
in.
pick of the with the 6th pick of the draft, I love timing it well with the orchestra there. I gotta go with Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. So
I like that
that
pick.
That's a good pick.
that was
Yeah.
what I was gonna go with. But so Fruit Loops is my redemption pick. Yeah, let's scratch that off the board here, guys. Let's just keep scratching that off the board.
No, that's a good one. That's a good pick. I'll give you that one.
Okay. So now backwards.
So,
So
Mikey,
Mikey-
you're up.
See, Mikey, we stick together. It's good things.
I have a guy I want on my board next, and I hope
Alright,
to God he doesn't take it. I'd be so upset if Mikey steals my pick.
I know who he wants, but I'm not. Don't worry, shoot. I'm not gonna go that way.
I know
I
who
have
you
my
want.
picks in.
The pick's in.
Picks in. With the 7th overall pick, Mikey likes it. Is going a little healthy here, and we're going with Apple Jacks.
Ooh,
Whoa!
Oh no.
the bad cereal.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
okay with it. I'm
Healthy
okay
because
with it.
Healthy because of the name has apples in it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I
man.
nailed it.
I think if you look at that ingredients list, you may have a different idea.
I know what Trudeau
Oh.
wants. I'm gonna give it to Trudeau. Go ahead,
Well,
Trudeau.
Let me know afterwards if this is what you thought I was going to take, because this is a no-brainer for me. This is my number 4 on my big board, so I'm getting a steal in my opinion. Give me the sounder, sir.
Silly rabbit.
Tricks are not just for kids. They're for Steve Trudeau. I'm taking Trick cereal my 2nd round pick. It's an amazing cereal. It's delicious. It's not too crunchy. It has great flavor. It has different shapes and different amazing little things you can eat. It's a great all around. Trix is a top 5 cereal, no doubt. I am so surprised it slipped to the 2nd round. This team of Reese's Puffs and Trix cereal, no one's going to stop it.
I don't know, man.
It's
I
over.
can't put Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs is there for sure, but I can't. I don't know. It's okay. Let's see. You know what? It's not. It's not up to us to decide. It's all about the fans.
All right. Well, Ton, you're on the clock, buddy, with your 2nd round pick.
Pick is in.
Oh. Ton has a great first round. Like he's got a good starter.
Going healthy here. Cheerios with honey.
That's a good honey nut
That was
Cheerios.
it.
That's
Yeah,
a good one.
that's what I-
That's a good one.
That's what I was going for.
Why,
Okay.
Steve? Tell me why.
Yeah, you have to say why. No, you can't. You have to do it.
Yeah, you have to say
You picked
why.
them.
We're not.
You guys say guess why I like Cheerios?
Yeah.
Why do you like? Why?
Yes, and then I'll tell you.
Because
Okay.
I don't know.
they give it for free at your work. What? Like,
No,
what?
man, you cut up. You mix anything with it. Chop up bananas, strawberries, mix it in there. You got a little healthy little snack, man. It's good.
Can I say something? I actually, with my honey nut Cheerios, no lie, I take like a half spoonful of peanut butter. I put it on the side of the bowl and eat peanut butter with the honey nut Cheerios. Really
Yeah,
good.
so you try to make it look like you try to make it taste like Reese's Puffs. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
It's a
So what I
knockoff
do with
Reese's
my
Puff.
Honey Nut Cheerios is I try to make it taste like Reese's Puffs. All right.
Ton, I'm gonna just say this right now. Honey nut Cheerios was a great pick. Much better than Frosted Flakes. Much better.
I agree. You know what's actually really bad is that I had that first on my board and I didn't even see it. It was the pressure. It's the pressure. That's when you make draft day decisions.
Yeah.
It's like it was the pressure because I have it first on my board and I just crossed it off. So I have one left.
Game day. All the pressure's
it.
here. Okay. So
That means he has a good pick.
Mando, you're on the clock.
Toronto has the pick. The pick is in.
Toronto.
He's trying to be Drake.
And I gotta go with my wife's choice, Fruit Loops.
It was already drafted, I believe.
Yeah, I'm
Drafted.
sorry.
Can
I
you-
grabbed that 6th
Oh,
overall.
Luca.
So wait. He
It's too
loses
good.
a pick. He has
I
to go back in the draft
No.
now.
I got it.
All right.
He loses a pick.
Okay. My second pick is in.
Okay.
And of course, everybody's gonna choose this Rice Krispies.
That was my next
Rice
one.
Krispies, and the reason why is because it's not only a cereal, but you pretty much can add marshmallows to it and make
That's
it into
different,
Rice
though.
Krispie squares.
different.
Emmanuel, do you
Rice Krispie
pee
squares.
sitting down? Because that's a pee sitting down pick. Not only that, in Canada, when a guy gets drafted in the Canadian Football League, can someone just steal him? Like, no, we want him. Is that how it works? Because that's how it works in the States.
Pretty much. That's why I was.
I
confused.
love Rice Krispies.
Canadian rules.
I can't lie to you. By the way, I just did a little bit of research here. I don't want to toot my own horn, but the third best selling cereal in all of America is Frosted Flakes. So we can just take that and do what we want. with
Marketing.
it.
We're talking about marketing. It has a great
Hey,
marketing campaign.
All I know is that the fans, you know what? The chances of them being one of that top 3, you never know.
And you
I
know
just
what? I bet the number one selling cereal is just Cheerios plain, and it's not a very tasty cereal.
Actually, let me check that for you.
I'm going
It's-
for the Middle East in the world like
Well,
group.
Cheerios.
They're gonna like our
for
cereal
kids,
picks.
Toddlers, it's finger food for them. That's why. It's healthy.
That's it. Yeah, it's healthy. Okay, so hold on. So does Emmanuel get one? So he
He
gets
has
to
another
choose
pick.
again. He gets
Yeah,
another
it's
pick.
snakes.
Oh,
He
I
has
get to
another
pick
pick.
again. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Get the sounder, buddy.
Okay, so here we go. So the pick is in. Oh,
Stone Cold Steve
So-
Austin comes out.
this cereal is because most people who actually have a job and work at a company that provides them with cereal will have this cereal in their company, and it's Vector cereal.
Isn't
Wait,
Vector
wait.
a kn-
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Isn't Vector the company that sells you knives?
yeah, knives, right?
Yeah,
Penny?
that's- probably. It's
What are
Vector.
you eating in Canada?
Dude.
That's the pick. The pick is in.
Pick
Hey,
is- Now we do have Stan Jones. He said he'd trade down for 2 boxes of cornflakes. Now, does that count as frosted flakes? Not
Yeah.
really. They're
No,
different.
there's cornflakes. It's a different
No,
one.
there's cornflakes. But that's.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
who's
I
gonna
don't
pick
know.
you,
Luca.
Stan, I don't know who's
Dude,
gonna pick yours.
Stan, I don't know about cornflakes, man.
Can I ask you something, Luca? Have you ever watched the
Um,
NFL draft and someone makes a pick and like all the draft experts are like, I don't know what to say because I've never heard of this guy before. They don't have any footage. That happens every once in a while. That is what just happened with Emmanuel picking Vector.
Right
I've
there.
never heard of it in my life.
The underdog. The underdog. I'm telling you now. How am I
Listen,
doing on all the other games?
You
Okay?
never know how many Vector fans there are out there
There's a
listening to
lot.
the podcast.
Wait, Emmanuel, seeing that you're blowing your draft, can you just trade Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Like, what do you want for it? Just let me know.
Seriously.
Hey, listen.
I'll
Cinnamon
give
Toast
you
Crunch-
Apple Jacks in my next draft pick.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is an anchor of a draft pick. Like that can surpass the Vector.
And look,
Cinnamon-
even my wife doesn't agree with me. Ooh, Vector.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch on Manuel's team is like Trevor Lawrence getting
LeBron.
drafted to the Trevor Lawrence getting drafted to the Jaguars. Like, yeah, he's a great quarterback, but guess what? You're on the Jaguars now. Have fun.
Have
Well,
a great time.
when the guy picking is the Jets, like, what are we gonna do here? Like,
Okay, hold on. We're getting off topic. We got it. We got to get
we got a whole
done.
show.
All right. So
Come
Ton, you're on the clock, buddy. The clock starts now. Is the pick in, or do you need some time?
Pick is in.
Oh,
I like the point.
Berry kicks.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh. I thought you were going with another brand of Very Berry, but go ahead, Ton. Explain your pick.
Berry kicks because, like Mikey, it's healthy because it has fruits.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Todd. Good job, buddy.
Son.
I can't believe this draft
What?
is falling to me this way.
Go for it. Just do it. Just
I know
you're
you're
not-
ready.
You're not gonna.
I have a
pick
big
mine, so
board,
it's fine.
and my number six overall is still intact, and I feel like this pick makes my team so balanced.
It's gonna be
Give me
better
the
than
sounder.
Victor.
While I could not get Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I will take its knockoff half brother. Give me Golden Grams with my
Oh
next
my
pick.
god. Oh.
Whoa!
my.
You guys hate on Golden Grams? That's a good
Dude,
cereal, man.
Terrible pick. Hey,
I don't
I know
know.
someone who picked
How is that-
Vector. Do you want to trade with him? You might be able to.
Dude,
That's a good cereal,
Six.
man.
6 overall on your big board?
Have you had
Okay.
Golden Grams? It's pretty much Cinnamon Toast Crunch without all the extra cinnamon added on. Golden Grams is fantastic. I'm very happy with that pick.
And Mozilla Firefox is pretty much Google, but one of them does one and the other one doesn't.
Whoa! If you're going to use that analogy, let's attack Safari instead of Mozilla
Okay, there you
Firefox.
go.
Because Mozilla is pretty solid. Firefox,
It was.
I'm sorry, Safari's the one no one wants to use.
Yep.
Wow, I feel attacked from that. All right, so Mikey, you're on the board, buddy.
All right, my pick's in. I'm going with a tradition, a great tradition, one of the best cereals out there. I know Trudeau hates this cereal, so I knew he was going to pick it. We're going with Fruity Pebbles, baby.
I don't
Whoa!
know about that one.
I have thoughts about Fruity Pebbles after you say why you picked them.
I picked them because they're one of those cereals that is like a comfort food. They're like mac and cheese that whatever you want to put beside it. It's just good. And not only that, when it gets soggy at the end is one of the best cereals you could possibly have.
I want to end my friendship with you right now, and I am not joking. Like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because I have both Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles at the bottom of my draft board just because that cereal becomes like soggy smush by after 2 minutes. It's disgusting. I don't want a cereal that's just mush after a minute. It's the worst.
Trudeau, I would have respected your decision way more before your last pick of Golden Graham. So and not only that,
I haven't sent you a box of Golden Grams. It's
not
delicious.
only that, I haven't been your friend for like 3 weeks now. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Well, 3 weeks. I've been on 3 years, buddy. So I don't know what's going on over there.
It's like the kid who thinks you're still dating. We're broke up, Trudeau. I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. All right, Luke, you're up. Let's see what kind of garbage you're about to pick. Let's go.
Well, let's see. Let's go. Let's roll with it. I got the pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in. So, I know we've been going a little healthy because all the really good sugary snacks have been taken. But if you're going to go healthy, I think this is the only way you can go, especially in the morning. My pick is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Okay.
It's all around. It's healthy. It's delicious. You drizzle a little honey on top of that. The milk soaks it in. You get you almost get the bang for your buck, and you don't feel terrible like you just took in a sugar intake. It's a sleeper. It was on the bottom of my board, but everything else was taken. So that's.
Emmanuel, what are you doing with the Sounders today?
Emmanuel, we want to see your hands.
It's a bit much. No, Honey Bunches of Oats. I feel like that was a decent spot for them in the third round. I mean, it's a solid cereal. It's got some good flavor. It's not the worst one for you. I like it.
It's a good one. I got the next one. So I go for a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Because it's a snake draft. So I did Honey Bunches of Oats. Oh, sorry. The pick is in.
Good job.
This is a sleeper for sure. It dropped, but that's just because there's so many cereals to pick from. But I gotta go with the first pick of the 4th round. So this is a 4th round pick. Okay. Captain Crunch.
Oh, come on, man.
Nice.
That was
No.
my next pick.
That's a good one.
That's
No.
a 4th round. That's like
Yeah,
you.
that's
you
a
Alright.
legit one.
I'll say-
we gotta grade them appropriate to the round.
Okay. No, that's fair. I think
Like
as
Captain Crunch is not talking out Lucky Charms. Like Lucky Charms has got the
No.
edge for sure. However, let's see what your next 4 picks are, and we'll see how.
So
we
for
grade
me,
it.
Captain Crunch, like the flavors there, I agree with you. Captain Crunch is a very tasty cereal, but like every time you eat it, your mouth is bleeding. So I'm out on Captain Crunch.
Well, maybe you just need to be a little patient. You gotta let the milk set in. I mean, that we can talk about that in many different ways.
Are you
But,
are you sprinkling glass?
I'm pretty sure they
eating
make
it
Captain
wrong.
Crunch with glass in it. That's how rough it is on your mouth.
This is what we would call slander in the legal world, but no. Listen, Captain Crunch, 4th round sleeper. I'm happy with it. I don't
No,
care.
that's a good pick. In the 4th round,
So-
that's a good value. So,
It's good
Mikey,
value.
you're next on the clock in the draft. Do you need a few moments to draft, or are you ready?
I do. Is anyone looking to trade?
Oh
No,
Oh,
that would be
Anybody
way too
looking to trade?
complicated.
I'll trade Vector.
Are you regretting the Vector pick at this point?
A little bit.
All right, I got mine.
Oh
You're
yeah,
good.
the second
All right.
Because
buyer
then-
was out on it. I think Emmanuel's like, damn.
All
I
right.
can hear the end of it.
I want to reach out to all the Twilight fans out there. We're
Oh,
going
no.
with Count Chocula, baby.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not allowed to eat chocolate, so I've never had it, but I've heard good things. By the way, I was trying to trade this pick. So
By the
Now
way,
I know why.
disclaimer: you could have
I-
taken Manuel Vector on the market.
I would have
It was-
taken
it was
I would
there.
have given you- I would have
I
given
bet you he
you-
would.
and I
bet
would
you
even
he would.
sprinkle glass in it for you.
It's all right. My last pick is fantastic. I'm excited
All right,
about my last pick.
so I'm next on the clock. I'm pretty sure I know what I want with my next pick. This might be a controversial pick. I personally love the cereal. It's thought of as an old person cereal, but I think it has
Oh, I know
great
what it is.
balance. I know people
what
love
it
it. Many generations from young to old love it. I think it's one of my top cereals. So give me the sounder, please. With my 4th round pick, I will be selecting Raisin Bran.
I knew it.
Knew it. Knew
It's
it.
a good cereal, man.
Well,
I don't.
No, I was gonna select that, but then I went honeycomb because it's a better version of Raisin Bran.
I think the controversial point is that some people love raisins, some people hate raisins. I'm a raisin lover. I think the cereal is fantastic, man. I could eat it
It's
all
good.
day.
Yeah, it's good. It's if you like raisins, if you like it, you love it, and if you don't, it may choose some people to not touch your board though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, so here's my team so far. Just to recap, I have Raisin Bran. So I have a lot of diversity. I have Raisin Bran, Golden Grams, Trix, and Reese's Puffs. So I have like every type of cereal on my team right now.
Too bad 25% of your people are sleeping right now, so they're not gonna be able to vote.
What time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Yeah, they're probably in bed by now. So I like it. So that actually puts Ton on the clock. So we're wrapping up the 4th round. We're going to be heading to the last round next. So Ton, what do you got with your 4th round?
Sorry,
Fourth round
interrupted.
pick.
I like the pick.
I was gonna choose Raisin Bran because of the raisin.
Oh, I stole you.
No, he stole it. I thought Luca was gonna steal it before. That's why I was happy when he chose Honey Oats. or
Vector.
whatever. Vector.
Yeah, no, I was. It was on. No, not Vector. No, I did not do that. That's not me.
But I do like this next one. It's very plain, but it's original, and it
Is the
gives
pick in?
you
Wait, is the pick in?
a nice little crunchy. You know,
Okay. Is the
Is-
pick in?
pick is Pops.
Oh, Pops is a good one.
That's
a
a solid
one.
pick.
That was
Wait.
a solid pick.
Is this corn pops or pops?
Corn Pops.
Corn pops. Corn pops.
It's a good pick.
That's
Damn.
yeah. That was my that was actually going to be the one.
That was
That's
my
like
pick.
it's not a flashy pick. But that's like Ton's pick is like taking like the offensive tackle in the 3rd round. It's like you
Yeah.
don't love it, you don't hate it. It's like that's a solid pick. Your
It's-
team's
No,
better.
it's a guy. It's a 4th round pick. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, you gotta at this point you gotta go for quality over flashiness for sure.
I was really hoping he was going to go with Bootios on that one.
I want to, but I never had Bootios. So I don't
Oh,
feel like
okay.
they justify it. You know, it's not right.
All right. So, Emmanuel, I believe you have
Oh,
your last
God.
2 picks of the draft. So this
I
should
got
be
the last
exciting.
two. Okay, so I've got the pick is in for Toronto. Honeycomb.
Oh, that's a good one.
Come
That's a
on!
good one. That's a good one.
Come
That's a
on!
good
I'm not
one.
even in the screen, but that was mine. Oh,
Well, sucks
well,
to be
it's
you.
not, yeah, I was about to say not
Sucks
anymore.
to suck.
Okay, and my next pick is in. You guys
Wow,
want to hear
he's
this?
fast.
This is for
Yeah.
the U.S. This is all for my U.S. friends,
now
not
I
you
got
guys,
it.
but
Wait,
U.S. friends.
Is it like
The pick is in.
Texas?
This is my
Texas? We're
last
doing
pick.
it for Texas?
This is my last pick.
All right, Ted Cruz. Let's see what you got.
Wheaties, baby.
Eh,
That's a good.
Wow.
That's a good last pick. Last pick. That
I am very happy how this draft's shaping out for me.
All right.
Hey,
So, Ton, this is your last pick of the draft, buddy.
Even though I never had it, the pick is in.
it's too good.
Bootios, just because of the name.
I love it. Good
Todd,
pick.
Todd, I want you to win just for that pick, buddy.
Bootios.
I'll trade you Vector. I will trade you Vector.
Why would I want to trade Bootios for Vector?
Of course. Yeah. Oh well, you'll regret that.
All right.
Patriots fans will love it. So you drafting Vector is like the Patriots drafting that kicker in the 4th round last year that ended up by being part of some militia group. So
You'd be
that's the
surprised.
Vector
I'm gonna
pick.
get all my Google coworkers to go
Oh,
and
yeah.
Okay.
sure.
Are
So
they
this
only
is my
sold at
last pick.
5? Phi, right? That's where Bootios is sold. It's Phi and Newberry Comics.
Okay.
So I am torn with my last pick. There's two very good classic cereals left on the board. I feel like I have a lot of flashy ones, right? So like Reese's Puffs, Trix, and Golden Grams are kind of like flashy, like sugary cereals. I want something more basic. So I have two basic ones left on my board.
Do you mean
But-
geriatric?
Imagine Trudeau putting his grocery list together. I don't know if I want to get it. It just seems too flashy. What
It
are we
seems too
talking
flashy.
about, Trudeau?
I want a more basic cereal to round out my category. So I'm gonna go with the one I like the most. So hit the sounder. So with my last pick, I'm gonna take Frosted Mini Wheats.
No, come on.
Yes, I love. You know what's the best feeling, guys? No matter what, like if you do fantasy drafts or whatever, and you draft somebody and someone gets so pissed off because you steal their pick, that makes you feel good about the pick. So Luca's reaction reaffirmed that was a fantastic pick in the
That
fifth
was a
round.
fantastic. I was
Trudeau?
gonna put it. I was gonna rub it in your face if I got the last pick, period, and was able to pull that one out. Oh,
I concur, Trudeau. I love it when people really get pissed off. I really love it.
Yeah, you're an asshole, so you love it. I'm just gonna love it.
Like, wait, let's be clear. I'm a Canadian asshole.
So you're like the nicest guy in America.
Exactly.
Can I tell you my second choice, or should I just hold it until the end of the draft?
Hold it to the end of the draft.
Sure, no, sure. Say
No,
it.
no. He just wants
No,
it
no,
because
no.
he's gonna pick it. Don't
He's
give
gonna-
it to
yeah,
him.
he
I know I'm done. I'm done. Like
No,
my
no,
pick-
I know.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Luke is
You're
gonna
done.
try
You
it.
have, you have nothing to lose.
No, Luca can't think of
All
anything.
right, I'll
good.
tell you afterwards. So Mikey, you're up, buddy. You're on the clock.
All right, my pick's in. All right, I knew that everybody here did a lot of homework. I know Trudeau had a big board. Luca just wrote something on a napkin. Ton took it seriously. And then Emmanuel's only left out of the house like one day, and that was to go food shopping. He took a video of it, seeing how much free time he has nowadays. But
did.
I also did some hard work with the help of my lovely wife. And we're going with a new cereal that we tried today that was fantastic. And
Wow.
for all of the millennials out there, we're going to go with Dunkaroos, baby.
Oh.
Dunkaroos cereal. They're delicious.
You make Dunkaroo cereals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know nothing about Dunkaroos cereal, but I know Dunkaroos are fantastic.
Yeah,
So
remember Dunkaroos from what, elementary school or middle school? When did that come out? That was good.
either or, they're just amazing. So Luca, you're the last pick of the draft. So this is Mr. Irrelevant. This is the last guy drafted. Who's coming off the board last?
I got a couple of options here. I can either go. Oh, hold on. I just lost it. No. You can't
This is-
do me like
This is
that.
bad for a podcast, by the way.
Oh, it's absolutely terrible. So listen to me as I look for what I've written down.
Can I tell you who to pick last?
Message him, Trudeau.
Oh my. Yeah, message me, but I'm just trying to figure out.
So
I
Luca,
actually lost it too.
I'll tell you who's left on my big board for the last three, and just to help you out. So my
Mhm.
big board, I still have Cheerios Original left, which is classic cereal. Can't go wrong with Cheerios. Cocoa Puffs has not been drafted. It's a great cereal. And then Captain Crunch Berry cereal.
Yeah,
Captain
so
Crunch
I had that one, but I already have Captain Crunch on mine.
Okay.
I had Oreo O's. I'm gonna go. Hold on. Can you read me my list? What do I have? I want to diversify it.
I don't have your list.
Okay.
You're,
Okay.
you're about to time out of the draft, man. There's like a time limit on these draft picks.
Maybe some Bitcoin
right.
cereal or
The pick is in. This is tough. I got two really good ones.
I thought the pick was in.
It is. With the last pick of the first ever cereal draft, I select.
he still doesn't know.
Vector.
I select. No, I don't. I gotta go with. You know what? I'm just gonna go with the market here, guys. I'm just gonna go with the numbers show, and I'm gonna go with the traction.
Oh,
and the
Jesus
speed.
Christ,
Fine.
pick your pick.
I gotta go with I just gotta go with the original Cheerios.
That's a solid pick.
Solid.
I was gonna go with the Cocoa Puffs, but
Luca, it's
Awesome.
bad enough we've already lost an hour of our year. because you couldn't get here on time.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
you're making us wait another 10 minutes for fucking Cheerios. Make up your damn mind.
Cheerios locked in, guys. Locked
All
in.
right, I
won.
love it, man. That was a good draft. I feel
It was
like
good.
there's a couple quality teams, except for Emmanuel, who drafted Vector in the 3rd round. I don't know what he was thinking.
That's the sleeper. That's the sleeper.
I'm gonna go find Vector now after the podcast and get some Vector cereal. So, Mikey, again for the audience, where can they vote on their favorite team?
We got balls net. Just go on to our post for today and just like it, and then put whoever you think drafted the best out of us 5.
And just to clarify, post on what platform?
Instagram.
Boom. Thank you.
Instagram.
Check out the
Done.
Instagram. Make sure you follow We Got Balls Podcast. Follow that, and then vote on your favorite cereal team. Moving on, we have our least favorite segment of eternity called the Big Baller Bucket. I don't know why I created it. It's just a nightmare for everyone, especially myself. Basically, we have this bucket that contains basketball teams. You get stuck with a basketball team for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on when it is. If your team has a losing record, you have to face a punishment. So I don't know, people watching on Facebook Live, Reddit, YouTube, or Twitch can see that I'm wearing face paint today. It's because I had the Boston Celtics the last 2 weeks, and they had a losing record. Of course, they were on a hot streak, and then I picked them, and they just went straight to shit. But now I had to they forced me to pay a punishment on the podcast, so I am wearing face paint. So basically, one of us will probably end up by hating life because we're going to have a shitty team, but whatever, that's how it is. So each of us will get assigned a basketball team, and we'll have to ride or die with them for the next couple weeks. There's 2 picks. The first pick's optional. You can throw it back in the bucket. The second pick, you can last and final, so you're stuck with it. So choose wisely, fellas. If you don't like your first pick, you should think twice. Does that make sense to everybody?
You explained it so beautifully. The articulation and just the cadence of your explanation was fantastic, Trudeau.
I feel like I sense some sarcasm there.
No, not at all. No, every time you explain it, it feels like it's more articulate and more beautiful to the ears. I must say.
It's weird because I'm like 4 glasses of Hennessy deep, so this is a mind-blowing thing. And the reason why I'm 4 glasses deep is because there's someone,
I
Mr.
knew
Luca
it. I
Wolf,
knew it. There
was
no
an
chance
hour and
I
a
was-
half late. So I
Oh,
just-
whoa! This is what happens. The time keeps growing. By the end of the podcast, I'm gonna be 3 hours and 45 minutes late. That's
We've
okay.
been waiting for
I
5
know.
hours
I
for
know.
Luca.
But listen, it's been great. It's been great so far. Let's keep it going. Big baller bucket. Let's do this.
All right, so without further ado, it's time for the Big Baller Bucket. All right, Ton, you are the guest of the podcast. You get to decide, will you draw first or last? And before you say something, Ton, I just want to say this for the audience. We've been doing this for months now, and the guest always picks the same thing. And this is the last time we're doing it this year. So I want a perfect streak of the guest saying the same thing. So, Ton, are you picking first or last?
Might as well, because I don't know what I'm picking. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Yes! We're perfect, baby. Guest always goes first. All right, Ton, here you go, buddy. We'll help you out with the... I know you don't know basketball, so we'll help you out, okay? You're going to keep this. Los Angeles Clippers, LA Clippers, they're a very good basketball team. You are going to be safe if you take them.
I'll take them.
All right. Excellent. Luca,
I like
you're
football.
next, sir.
Wow. Let's go.
By the way,
Let's roll.
Luca, you owe us a punishment.
I know. I'm so aware. I was.
Here's the
You know what?
question. Since I don't know sports, but I do know history, why are they called the LA Clippers?
I think it's based off like
Oh!
the Clipper ships, like the old nautical ships.
So what is a Clipper ship?
It's like a ship with like the wind sails, the big wind sails, correct?
They were new ships that they created back in the 1800s. They were the fastest ships at the time. They were skinnier, had a lower draft. They zipped across to China back and forth for trade. That's why the LA.
Wow. All right.
The best thing said on the podcast. The award goes to our guest. I never knew that. I had no idea.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ton.
That is
Emmanuel,
history.
Yeah, I'm
your
ready.
turn, buddy.
I'm ready.
You're a bastard. It says swap with another person. So at the end of the drawings, I will let you pick who you want to swap with. Okay.
The end. Okay, great.
Emmanuel,
I was gonna say you should just
Emmanuel,
take the Clippers.
Emmanuel,
But
you look
Paul-
super cute today. Like I don't know
Emmanuel.
what you've been doing, but you look really
So
nice.
before we move on, I'm gonna pick a ball that's assigned to you, and when you swap with somebody, you're gonna give
Yeah.
them this ball. Okay?
Okay, but you're not going to show it yet, right?
No, I'll show it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Vector was a great pick. I really like
Don't show it.
Vector's
Don't
pick.
show it. Don't show it.
I
'cause
bet
what if
you
it's
these
like the
guys
Lakers?
eat Vector.
Oh, it's too late.
Portland
Portland.
Trailblazers.
Oh, that's a good.
You can actually keep Portland. You can actually keep.
That's what I'm
Portland
saying. You
or
shouldn't. You
swap
shouldn't
it.
have shown it. You shouldn't have shown it because then he wouldn't have known what he's swapping.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
that should have been a mystery, man.
I'll go last. So, Mikey, you're up next. You ready?
Okay, sounds good.
By the way, so far so good. Everyone's got decent teams.
Well, I mean, 2 people have gone. So
You're
yeah.
trying to jinx me.
No, it's free. Actually, let's do that again. Emmanuel, pick one for him, but don't tell nobody. Don't tell him.
No, yeah.
Then
We don't put them
Can't do
back
it.
once they're pulled. They're
He
pulled.
has to do like you want to trade mystery box for something.
Mikey,
Oh,
New
no.
Orleans Pelicans. You want Zion?
Wait a minute.
Pelicans.
New Orleans is Zion, Lonzo Ball. You know.
They have a losing record.
But Trudeau, are they in the hunt for playoffs or not?
They
Yeah, they
are
are.
kind of, but they're like 3 games behind the 10 seed right now. So I don't know who they're 3 games behind Golden State. And by the way, they play Golden State twice the next couple
Yeah,
days.
they play Golden State tomorrow. Actually.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back.
I think that's the right choice. All right, so this is your last and final. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Orlando Magic. Watch.
Wait.
Here
Before I
comes the
pick,
Timberwolves.
before I pick, I just want to let Emmanuel know he looks really cute today. Vector was a great pick, Emmanuel.
Was the winner? Was the best one?
Hey man, congratulations! You've successfully finished the Big Baller Bucket season.
Yeah.
He got the
Wait,
bye
no.
week.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Emmanuel,
Emmanuel
you
can
look
take
so
that.
cute today.
Emmanuel can take that.
Emmanuel.
I'm sorry. Wow, I know who Emmanuel's stealing now.
Come on.
Emmanuel,
That's
I swear to
unfortunate.
God.
So, Mike, I hope you like Portland Trailblazers.
I was about to say.
All right, ready? So this is for me. Here comes the Timberwolves.
It doesn't matter who you get, you're gonna
I hope he
lose.
gets the Raptors. I hope he gets the Raptors.
All right, so I got the yin and yang ball.
Oh, what is that?
So I have to pick one team to have a losing record, no tying record, and one
Oh.
team to have a winning record, no tie record. So
That's way better than a bye week.
Yeah, that's.
I definitely feel like I'm going to take for my losing record. I'm taking the Orlando Magic because God, they are awful, and I'm rooting for them to lose. So I am taking Orlando Magic to lose. The winning record gets a little bit more confusing because the top of the standings is Utah, but they've lost Donovan Mitchell recently. I think I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets. I like to watch them play, so I'll take the Brooklyn Nets to have a winning record. So I'll take the Nets for winning and the Magic for losing.
That's fair.
Boom. I'm good. So Emmanuel, before we exit the segment,
Oh, okay. So I'm just not getting I don't get a ball.
I didn't draw for you.
No.
Oh wow,
No.
Okay.
Guy,
you should have said nothing.
let's get
I
to
know.
it. Trudeau, wait another 30 minutes before we do a Lucas. It's only right.
Make him wait. Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, Luca, ready?
Let's roll.
It was because I forgot you were here because you showed up so late.
Yeah, it's probably.
So you also drew the yin and yang.
Oh yeah.
Do you want
Let's
to ride
roll.
with me? Ride with me, man. Orlando Magic and Brooklyn Nets. Let's go.
Hold on. Now, just a second here. So I'm definitely there's really not much of a doubt here. I'm gonna go. I could do Orlando Magic as well. If
I
we
would
want to
do
be
that.
all funky about it. Orlando Magic for sure. In terms of winning, though,
2 hours later.
Hey, that was how we were waiting for Luca earlier.
I'm gonna go on the limb here and take the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
Solid. All right.
Yeah.
So, Emmanuel, do you want to switch with anybody or do you want to keep your Portland Trailblazers?
Let me think about it. I'm going to take the bye.
So, Mikey, you now have the Portland Trailblazers. Sorry, buddy. That's not bad.
Oh,
That's actually very good.
Everyone's got good
text
good
from
picks
Mikey.
this week.
I just got a text from Mikey. You are dead to me.
Sounds about right.
So let's segment, dude. We've been just messing around
We've
for
been
the
doing
past. I've enjoyed the show so far. We've been just messing around for 50 minutes, but let's actually jump into the NFL draft because that occurred over this past couple days. It was
Year.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. By the way, do you guys hate the format of 3 days? I think it's overblown and ridiculous. Yeah, I have some shaking heads in the chat, so we all agree it's ridiculous. But I want to talk about the draft a little bit. I know, Luca, you're big into football, so you have some good opinions. Mikey knows a little bit. Ton, you can just throw some random shit in there whenever you want, but you don't worry about it. And Emmanuel knows nothing, but
I know only the CFL. That's all I know.
all right. That'll help us immensely in this segment.
Played football in high school.
So the first 3 picks of the draft were quarterback. We kind of knew the first 2 going into the draft. We knew that Trevor Lawrence was going to go number 1. No brainer there. Zach Wilson, you can debate a little bit there, but whatever. We'll just move past that because we knew that was going to happen. I think the first shock of the draft was that the 49ers took quarterback Trey Lance with the 3rd overall pick. Luca, did you see that at all?
Oh, I sure saw that. I even saw the hype. It was so funny. Do you want to just give you my my 2 cents here and a nickel on it?
Sure.
So it was funny because leading up to the draft, basically as the season finished, you had obviously the clear number 1 was Trevor Lawrence, and then you had Justin Fields as a clear number 2. And then no football was played from that point to the draft. And out of nowhere, Mac Jones slid up the ranks. Justin Fields fell down. And then right before the draft, about a week ago, Trey Lance started coming out, and his name got thrown around a lot. I like that pick because it just seemed that Mac Jones, due to his physical capabilities or lack thereof, kind of had a bit of a ceiling. But at the end of the day, I mean, they did their due diligence, and that's the pick that they like. I mean, at this point, this pick after trading so much stock has to pan out for the GM and the coach's job in San Francisco. And the upside is definitely there with Trey Lance. He's faster, he's stronger, and his physical capabilities are definitely a lot higher than Mac Jones. Mac Jones looks like my cousin, and I'm not talking about my cousin who's fit. I'm talking about my cousin who will have a few beers at the family cookout. So that's a question in its own.
You're really pissing off your family today, pal. You better watch out.
I didn't name which cousin, even though if he listens to this, he'll know who I'm talking about. But anyway.
Well,
So-
you just lost your cereal vote.
So for me, I just want to get out in front of this and say this is how I feel about the NFL draft. Nobody knows anything. Like, we always think oh, this guy's going to be amazing. This guy's a surefire starter, going to be a star in the league, and they just don't pan out, or vice versa. Like, you have guys who you've never heard of before, and they just come out of nowhere and become successful. If you look back a couple of years, you have Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota going 1 and 2. And these guys just did not pan out whatsoever. So no one knows anything. So I don't know about Trey Lance. I don't want to just disparage him right now. But the thing about the guy is that he played at Division I AA school, so a smaller school, less competition, and he played 1 game last year. So it was a lot of unknown. I mean, he has a great physical presence. He's a big guy. He can throw far. So who knows? I think that YOLO, man, 49ers are trying. They think they might have the next Patrick Mahomes. He's that physically gifted, but he might just be a bust. So he might be the next Jamarcus Russell. Who knows? Why not? If you're the 49ers, why not?
Well, what do you think about Mac Jones sliding all the way to Bill Belichick's lap? You're a Boston guy here. You definitely, wearing a Celtics shirt. What do you think about Mac Jones just not having to move up at all in the draft and getting a national champion, in his lap? Oh my God!
So if you can see behind me, I have 2 Buccaneers jerseys right behind
Oh
me.
yeah.
So I do not like the Patriots whatsoever. I relish in the Patriots being awful. I think it's amazing. I laugh every time they lose. It's amazing. It's hilarious. I love it because Mac Jones, I mean, I might be wrong. He might be fantastic, but I know a lot of Patriots fans right now that are not very happy. If you saw the picture, it looks like Mac Jones' diet is 3 Twinkies in the morning, a whoopie pie for lunch, and a couple
Vector
burritos for
cereal.
dinner. A little
But-
Vector.
And but here's the point: they didn't have to trade up. Like with the San Francisco pick, there was so much on the line because you not only next year's pick did you mortgage the first round, but also the year after that. So if you miss out on that pick, it's going to affect you for the long-term future. Of course, obviously Mac Jones, you want it to pan out, but it's not like Bill Belichick didn't even trade up at all. He sat there at 15, and that was his first round selection. So again, could he have gone like Najee Harris? Yeah, like a running back to help, maybe. But the risk reward, if you did select the quarterback of your future, it's worth so much more than if he just ends up being a good backup to Cam and never pans out. I mean,
So
you don't have that much risk with it.
I think it's the right pick. I don't love it. I think that they would have been much better trying to move up. I like Justin Fields better. I'll just start with that fact. I like
For
Justin
sure.
Fields better than Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones could be a fine quarterback. I don't know. No one knows about these guys. He could be fine. But here's the problem with Mac Jones, and this is why people were doubting him coming into the draft, is that if you look at the first round itself, Alabama had 5 offensive players chosen in the first round, which begs to different, or it presents the fact that Mac Jones had a hell of a lot of help around him, right? Alabama was this sort of juggernaut football team in college football this year. So we don't know what's going to happen when Mac Jones has to take on some adversity, when he has no wide receivers, when his offensive line isn't dominating. So the knock on him is that we don't know how good he is without all the help around him. So is Mac Jones successful because Mac Jones is a good quarterback, or is Mac Jones successful because everyone around him is so competent? And that's the problem. And the one thing before you get in, Luca, is that if you look at the New England Patriots as they are now, they don't have competency on the offensive side of the ball, right? Their offensive wide receivers are kind of a joke. Their best wide receiver might be Jacoby Myers. I know N'Keal Harry was a first round pick, but he didn't pan out. They did add some tight ends. They did add some wide receivers in the offseason, so it might work out. But I just don't know. At the end of the day, like, it's so silly to say this on a podcast that we're trying to act like we know about sports, but I don't know. Like, he might work out well. There's just no evidence showing that he's a surefire thing.
In response to what you're saying in terms of him taking a lesser talent or bringing it to a high level, if he was drafted by the Jets or if he was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars, you know what I mean? Then we can have that conversation. But the point is that he's drafted by a 6-time world champion, Nelson Aguilar, who's came in from the Raiders, incredibly fast wideout, just got signed. 2 tight ends, as you said, just got signed. A new offensive lineman just got signed for the Patriots. They've never spent this much money. And then beyond that, if you look at their defense, a lot of the people that opted out last year are going to come back. So again, your point may be valid. Maybe he can't take that talent to move it forward. But Cam Newton's there. He doesn't have to start right away. Like, I feel bad for Zach Wilson because he's going to come in right out of the gate and be given the keys to a franchise that can't run. Like, I mean, it's like you getting a 97 Honda Accord with an engine that's barely there, and someone's saying, "Hey, take it to 100 kilometers an hour on the highway." Like, there's no chance. So I think Mac Jones is a decent position. Trey Lance is in a win now position. But yeah, for me, when it comes to the Jets pick, that's going to be the one I'm worried about.
So 2 things to unpack really quick. First, with the Patriots sentiment, I think people are very they overrate Bill Belichick's ability as a general manager. If you look at his recent draft history, he hasn't done well as far as drafting talent and having it pan out. He took N'Keal Harry in the first round, wasn't a great wide receiver. He's taken other guys high in the draft, and they just haven't worked out and become the superstar player. I think his specialty is just being an excellent coach and taking guys and maximizing their talent and really finding how they work in his system. If you see his guys that have flourished in previous years, they move on and sign contracts with other teams, and they just don't work out. So he's a mastermind as far as scheming a defense, right?
And signing free agents. He's signed free agents, whether it's Randy Moss or there's Wes Welker. He can sign free agents that come in and are they
Wes
do have
Welker,
an impact.
But Wes Welker, can you really say he was a fantastic football player, or was he more of a scheme guy because he was bad before he joined the Patriots?
For sure,
and he was
100%.
bad after.
But
so
how was he productive in that environment? You know what I mean? That's what you got to take into consideration. So again, if these free agent signings work out, the defense pans out the way that generally Bill Belichick's defense do. Mac Jones is a decent position. Plus, he's sitting behind Cam. So he's got some things that are on his side as opposed to a Zach Wilson who's got, I mean, what does he have? He has literally nothing, he's a brand new coach and a team that won by accident twice.
So, but just to get back to your original point about, Bill Belichick let Mac Jones slip to him and he has this great, what a steal for Bill Belichick. We're just giving Bill Belichick the benefit of the doubt that he always makes the perfect pick and he's such a smart drafting genius. I just don't know. I don't think that we can just automatically assume this is a great pick because it was a Bill Belichick pick. That's my point. So to think that it was a good pick because Belichick made it is just silly. You're muted, Manuel.
I have a comment, but I didn't want to get you guys off track. But I do want to bring up, this is a record season for the draft for Canadian football players to be drafted. There's 4 Canadian football players to be drafted. I'm just saying, the vector of the serials. I'm just telling you. No,
thank you for the Canadian talk. Very helpful.
We need the wow sound somewhere anytime now. There it is.
No, we need to bring the segment back that Emmanuel talks and we play the Canadian national anthem.
I don't have to control that anymore, but we'll work that back in the future. But so moving away from that, I know Ton and Mikey aren't too invested in this conversation, so we'll try to keep this brief. But are there any other things that occurred in the first round or whatever in the draft that sparked your interest, Luca?
Well, I thought a few things were actually I thought most of the draft panned out the way most people thought it would. I mean, again, there was questions on who that third overall pick would be. Would it be Jones? Would it be Lance? But a lot of the other positions, a lot of the other spots, like the running back positions, to end off the entire draft, like they all kind of made sense. There were a couple of picks though. I know that the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, picked another offensive lineman when I'm pretty sure they have like a top 5 offensive line. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, they have a great offensive lineman with I think it was Leatherwood. I don't remember now, but there were a couple of picks where I was like, hey, they're not need filling. But overall, I thought the first draft was basically what I thought. I just love the way they hyped it up. Like, it was great to see fans in the actual arena. I loved how the players came out and hugged the commissioner and like showed this emotion of like, you get drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, you're gonna sign a nice like $20 million guaranteed check. Like, you're gonna be pretty fired up in that moment. And like the emotion was there. The family was able to talk in and give their 2 cents about everything. And I don't know. I've never watched a draft this closely, but I watched it as I was making dinner this time. The first round, obviously. And I thought it was really good. Like, it was entertaining. It was legitimately a good production from top to bottom.
Yeah. So I'll just give my quick takeaways and we'll move on. I'm excited to see what Kyle Pitts is all about. I don't know, man. Like, this guy seems amazing. He was taken 4th overall by the Falcons. He's just kind of freak tight end. He's 6'6", 245. He's fast. He can run routes. He's kind of like George Kittle build. You know what I mean? Like, he's just this new generation tight end. So I'm excited to see what he's all about in the NFL. I thought that the Eagles did an amazing job. They wanted one of the top wide receivers. They needed wide receiver help. They ended up by getting arguably the best wide receiver in the draft in Devonta Smith at 10. They traded up a few spots to get him. So good on them. Good on the Bears for realizing that running out with Andy Dalton was a terrible idea. I mean, nobody wants the red rifle anytime. Like, Andy Dalton, see you later. No one ever wants you. Get out of here. So they traded up and they got Justin Fields. So good for them. Also, I thought that the Jaguars, while they made a great pick at number 1 with Trevor Lawrence, they drafted like this ridiculous running back at the back half of the draft. I don't understand what they're doing. Like, they need more help than a running back. I'm never about drafting running backs in the first round, period. I think running back, you can plug and play. You need a good offensive line, good wide receivers, and you can find running backs where you get them. And also, Brad's Steelers, what are they doing drafting a running back in the first round? And also, Brad's Steelers, they didn't take a freaking quarterback at all. Why do they want noodle arm Ben Roethlisberger playing for them? Get him out of here. Get a quarterback. Do something. I feel bad for Steelers fans, but at the same time, I don't, because that's what you get, guys.
We got to get Brad out here to joust you on that, because I'm going to defend Brad here a little bit. If you look at what the Steelers are doing, they 3rd and 1, they're not able to get that. They literally, James Conner is great. He cannot get that extra 1 or 2 yards in those short yardage situations. Plus, the running back that they got, Najee Harris, is a beast and can catch the football, which is something you need, because Ben's not throwing it, as you said. He's not throwing it 40 yards down the field. He needs a running back who can make space and actually make a dynamic 10, 15-yard play with a 2-yard catch. So I like that pick too. Also, with what you said with the Jacksonville Jaguars, you got a brand new quarterback that you're bringing in first overall. You know what's really good? Having his all-time great running back who he was in college with to help him out with each and every movement that he's doing, going into a new system, going to a professional team for once. So again, I see what you're saying. They need alignment. I don't know what happened in the other rounds. Jacksonville needs alignment, but I like what Pittsburgh did. They needed a running back. I mean, they if they don't have a run game, their defense is solid. Their receiving core is solid. If they don't have a run game, I mean, you're going to become predictable, especially in the playoffs.
You can always find a running back here or there, though. Like, they're a dime a dozen. Like, you shouldn't.
That's true,
that.
but that top bred running back is you know what I mean. I'm not saying you have to get him in the first round, but Zeke Elliott for the first 4 years was a beast. He carried the Dallas Cowboys to the playoffs. So if you have a running back at that caliber, you can grab him. You're not going to have him for 15 years. You'll have him for 5, 7.
But you know who else went that high as a running back in the draft a few years ago? Ronald Jones for the Buccaneers, like in that spot. Like, end of the first round, you're not getting a Saquon Barkley. You're not getting Ezekiel Elliott. You're getting Ronald Jones. You're getting just someone who's going to be okay and good for a few years. Like, it's not going to change your franchise. I don't know. Did you have any other thoughts before you move on from the NFL draft, Luka? Because I'm pretty much good with this.
To be honest with you, I just think that your face paint looks great on the camera, and I love how you tied it in with your outfit. So all the different elements sort of come together. It's we watched the we had a nice Oscars conversation the other time, how their outfits kind of tied in together. I think that you really kind of took some of those points and made them your own. It looks great.
Thank you. I would have worn a football jersey if it wasn't for the whole ensemble.
Well, yeah, it would have been clashing. You can't have the red and the green. No. I mean, that's too much. That's a
Christmas tree at that point. Go ahead, man. Exactly. What's up?
No, just can you show us your guns? Because I haven't seen those before. So can you show us the gun? Come on.
There it is.
Hold on. So do we have the serial draft? Do we have that like written down? Did anyone write that down at any point, or are we just gonna like?
I got mine.
We're recording this, so it's a podcast. We can always listen back.
I was just gonna say we gotta have a debate on who thinks why their draft is the best.
Oh,
maybe we'll do that for another time.
We got a huge one coming up, a huge segment around Ton. That's really important.
So let's actually segue. Mike, I'll let you lead us into the segment. It's called Florida Man. So Mike, explain why we're doing it and what this premise of this is.
So Ton got a really fancy job in Florida and he's planning to move there. Something about NASA. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention when Ton talks. And what happens is we are going to say a bunch of scenarios that we've got on different websites about Florida Man and what he has done. And we want to see, and Luke, I know you don't know Ton that well, but we still want to hear your opinion on what these different crimes that Florida men have done, right? What would Ton have done in these scenarios? Would he have done it, or maybe he wouldn't? All right. So me, Ton, and Emmanuel and Trudeau, when he gets back, we all have a bunch of them. So we're going to see, and we're going to have a little vote for the first one. Just raise your hand or whatever. All right. So Ton, are you ready for it, buddy?
Yeah, man.
All right. The first one we're going to go with is Florida man arrested stealing $48,000 worth of puppies. What do you think? Would Ton do it or not?
I think Ton would do that.
I love dogs.
All right. The next one. Florida man and woman planning wedding, and this was a national story, at mansion they had no permission to use, which was pretty crazy. Would Ton do that or not?
Well, I have a suggestion and also an answer. So my suggestion is maybe if Emmanuel has it, he can read it off, and then we could, because you and me are the only ones who know Ton very well, so maybe we can give our opinions. Okay. And Emmanuel can read it.
At my wedding, Ton and Emmanuel kind of had like one of those hangover relationships, you know?
That's true.
So I'm just letting you know, but that's a good Good idea. Go ahead.
But
Emmanuel.
I'm not a very flashy person. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Tom would do that. I don't think Tom respects property. I don't think he would do that.
No? Okay. What about this one? Florida man charged with assault with a deadly weapon after throwing an alligator through a Wendy's drive-through.
Yes. It depends. So if it was Ton like at like 16, 17, I could say yes. I think Ton's more mature. He wouldn't throw an alligator through a drive-through at this point.
Yeah.
Trudeau, I'd have to disagree with you. I think if Ton got really mad losing his chess game today against David Ezanera, he wouldn't go and do this.
No, it's something I would do just because it's something that's funny. It's cool.
So that's a yes.
Cool. Throwing an alligator at a Wendy's? How was that fun or cool?
High school music, that was cool.
What else
Okay.
we got, Manuel?
I have another one. So Florida.
Well, before we get into that,
There you
has anyone had alligator by any chance? Just speaking of
Yeah.
the gators.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
When I was in Louisiana, they fried them. Tastes like regular fish and chips. Tastes like chicken though.
Yeah, tastes like chicken.
Okay, well, I also had alligator too, when we were on tour in Memphis. It was really good, but it would be much cooler if no one said yes, and I could be the only one who had it. So never mind. That my whole thing was blown there. Sorry.
You're the only one you're special at showing up to a show 2 hours late.
That's it.
what makes
I
me
mean, I'll
special.
take that. I'll take it and run.
Okay, I got a next one. Florida man gets tired of waiting at a hospital, steals ambulance, and drives home.
Yes, 100% Tom would do that.
Jimmy would do that.
Jimmy would definitely do that.
Okay. Here's another one. Florida man tries to rob a GameStop while wearing a transparent bag over his head.
No,
Depends what game it is.
Dude, I don't play video games that often.
Oh, this one.
Wait, hold on. Before we run to
Go ahead.
that, what do you mean wearing a transparent? We just put a
Yeah, like a
plastic bag.
bag.
on
A
the seat?
plastic bag.
How do you not pass out? What does that even? How does that even mathematically? How does that A give you an advantage?
Florida.
It's
Florida.
like people who wear like stockings over their face or like leggings.
No,
Wait.
yeah, I mean,
Guys, I know that we want Emmanuel, but I got some good ones here that I really want to go with. Florida man breaks into ex's home, poops on everything.
Yes, Tom would do that.
Yeah.
Tom would do that.
This happened at the
100%.
wedding, actually. So
That's something my father.
like he just wasn't aware of it. He wasn't
basically,
aware.
wait, hold on. What do? You go to a buffet, eat your heart out, then take some laxatives and go to your ex's house? I mean, is that the plan?
Tom, would you do that?
I feel like the podcast is very incriminating.
We'll just say maybe. We'll put that as maybe.
Just
We'll put it
think
as
that
maybe.
he thought about it.
Yeah,
That's like,
maybe. All right. So
Told
go
me.
ahead. Who's next?
Okay, let me
got-
do another one. Florida
Go ahead.
man breaks into jail to hang out with friends.
I saw that one.
You know what? That's actually what happened when I was in the army. So before we deployed, one of our guys, we were at the club. We were all like 18, 19 years old at the time. And there's one bar, service members, you deploying. This is like in 2009 when like being a service was cool for everybody. So we were drunk. We left. He was driving his car. We're in Alaska, by the way. And he goes to pull out of his parking spot. Instead of going reverse, he goes forward, hits the snowbank in front of him. There's cops, MPs already on the other side pulling somebody else over. You just see them all look at us, all flashing pointing at us. I'm like, oh man. They walk over, ask my buddy, I'm not gonna say his name, like, hey, been drinking the whole test. All right. Oh, and you're underage, you're drunk, you're coming with me. I'm being a new guy in the army. He's like, hey, that's my battle buddy. I don't trust you guys. You guys are gonna take him. You guys are gonna beat him up. You guys are gonna sodomize him. You guys do all this kind of stuff. You guys are stupid MPs, whatever. You know, you guys ruin our fun. They're like, well, sir, you want to just take his keys and drive home? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going with him. I want to go with him. Oh, geez.
I just want to point out that before we started recording, I said, could everyone please mute their phones?
That was actually Ton's friend calling to tell him to stop talking.
So,
So Tom, continue your story.
so where was I?
So
So
you're
long
telling the
story
cops? Yeah.
So the cops go, okay, how old are you? I told them I was 19. Oh, so you've been drinking and you're underage. Like, yeah. He's like, all right, I guess you could go to jail. Steve, why are you calling me?
Damn it!
Trudeau, I was calling him too.
I was calling him.
gonna
Yeah.
go.
I was gonna make it go off.
Yeah, so we ended up getting thrown in jail together, like a couple of days before our deployment, and then our platoon sergeant had to bail us out. And he's like, "Hey, Win, next time, just shut up and just go home."
Yeah.
So Ton, when did you find $5?
When did I find $5?
You don't get the joke. Okay. Bottom line is yes. You would
Yes,
do that.
Tom would,
Yes, you would
yeah.
do that.
You would do it. Okay. I got another one. Okay. Florida man arrested for eating pancakes in the middle of a crosswalk.
Yes,
feel like I've
Ton
seen
would do that.
That's an
Okay.
easy
Ton,
one.
would you do that?
Easy one?
I would do
Yeah,
that.
he would do that. Okay.
Okay.
Wait,
Florida
why?
man arrested for
Wait,
Okay,
my
go
question now is, why did the Florida man do that?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is
Because
Florida.
Florida man.
Florida man.
That's not because Florida.
Okay, so I got two. So these are bad ones, but basically, Florida man arrested for assaulting a girlfriend with
Oh.
fried chicken.
No.
No, Tom wouldn't do
You
that.
do that?
No, Tom wouldn't do
This
that.
is bad. This one's bad. So Florida man climbs into playground equipment to tell children where babies come from.
That's what Ton did last week. Just those
Okay.
hoodlums in his.
That sounds creepy. I would say no, but
No.
I have nephews and nieces where I do have very mature conversations with them.
Yeah. Okay. Mature conversations. Okay. So Florida man leaves job at Burger King, steals all the nuggets because just F it.
That's something Steve would do.
I saw this one. I was like, that's 100% Ton.
No, that's not Steve. Steve would do that when he's drunk.
I would do that. If I got fired from Burger King, I would totally steal their nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Just to piss him off. Okay. Florida man steals neighbor's peacock. He gets chased by the angry birds.
Yeah, Tom would do that.
And he's wearing a peacock. He's wearing feathers on his backside. To
After
lure-
he drinks, after like 4 drinks, Tom would do that.
So
Okay.
moral of the story, Ton fits in pretty well with the
He
Florida man.
fits in.
Well, that's how the segment ends. We vote. Should Ton move to Florida? Yes or no? We vote at the end.
Yeah. Okay. So how many more? Like 2 more? 3 more?
2 more. We'll segment.
more.
We'll cap up.
I got one. I get the last
All right,
one.
one each.
Okay,
So, man,
I
you
got
go
one.
back.
Okay, Florida man says he danced on the patrol car in order to escape vampires.
Nah, I don't see Ton doing that.
I don't
Hold
know.
on,
man.
Ton.
If I'm blacked out, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
You might see something.
Wait, can I do one more and then Mikey?
Oh,
This is
yeah,
the
go
last one. Florida man can't produce driver's license for the police, so he shows them a mixtape instead.
Yeah.
These are all true. These are all
Yeah.
true.
That's
Yeah.
what Luca would do if you show him a video of him dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There we go.
You would also show up 5 hours late.
Oh, man.
Probably. I actually got out of a pickle with that, but anyway, we don't have to go into that now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go into
Next
that.
podcast.
Okay, Mikey, you got the last one.
All right, so let's circle back why Ton is moving to Florida, which is for a job. So Ton, this is probably not the best advice, but we're gonna give it to you anyway. Florida man, 33 years old, robs gas station minutes after submitting job application.
My history, yeah, I screwed up a lot.
Yes!
So, yeah.
So we're gonna go around the chat room. Emmanuel, should or will Ton fit in with Florida man?
No, I don't think he should move down there. I don't think he should move
That's
down.
one no. Luca.
Honestly, if the question is
Oh,
should he
that's
move down there, I don't see why not. Beautiful weather, you got no state tax. I mean, it's a good spot to be in. Will you fit in? It, honestly, by the way of it, it depends on how much you plan on drinking. If you plan on getting blizzard, you'll be good. If not, then it may be tough. But no, I think it's gonna be fine.
I'm a big drinker, I'm a big fisher, and a big Second Amendment man. So
There you go.
Mikey.
I've known Ton since first grade. We've had plenty of play dates and everything that I could possibly imagine. And I'm going to say he's going to do just fine with Florida. He might actually surpass Florida man. They might call him Ton man.
And finally, this is the deciding vote. Ton, You are going to fit in just fine in Florida, my friend. They will love you
Let's
there.
go.
Ton, Trudeau's been coaching you ever since he moved to Mass from Florida. So you're ready to go, buddy. Don't worry.
We will miss you, buddy, up here, but we will come visit and visit you, the Florida man.
Living on the beach, come down, watch some Rockets being launched, and then go to Disney World, man. Go hang out.
Absolutely.
Where are you going? Where are you going in Florida?
Cape Canaveral area.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have absolutely zero idea where that is.
Very helpful, Luca.
45 minutes east of Orlando and 45
Okay.
minutes south of Daytona Beach. Yeah.
He still
Yeah,
doesn't
that
know.
I know.
Get out of here.
No, I do. No, I do.
Luca,
I do,
that
I do,
was-
I do.
That was the second best thing you did today, outside being 12 hours late for the podcast.
It's amazing. It went from 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Listen, guys, I
hour,
try my
2
best.
hours.
Oh, wow,
late.
Emmanuel, you're actually paying attention to something and not making up that you were listening. Oh, how nice. You shut up. Take your bye week and shove it.
Well, Ton, when we come visit you, buddies, do us a favor and don't end up in the headline news, okay? We love you, man. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. Luca Wolf, thank you for joining us as well. I'm Steve Trudeau, my co-host, Emmanuel Pacheco, Mikey Almeida, always with me for this shindig. Remember, if you liked what you saw, please rate, subscribe, review. We do this thing once a week. We release every Monday. We'll talk to you next week. Peace the fuck out.